Where are we going this week? It's not Japan. It's not Germany. It's not Taiwan. Not Singapore. Daddy's home and native land. No, not US, the other home and native land. Canada.
Good day. How's it going? Okay. Boy.
Canada. That's right. We're looking at a Canadian Leica, or Lights as it was known as back then. A 28mm 2.8 Elmerit. Made in Midland, Ontario, Canada. That's right, buddy. Do the Canadians make any decent lenses? Do you know? You do know? How would you know that? Anyway, well, let's all find out together, right? See if it's worth the price. So get yourself something comfortable.
What?
Get yourself something comfortable. Get yourself comfortable. Get yourself something to eat or drink. Maybe something to relax a little.
You just ate the most acid I've ever seen anybody eat in my life.
And let's do the Canadian thing and get it on.
Here I am, Vietnam. Rain is always coming down.
This is Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and his co-host Dylan. That's right. Dylan and I back for another week of Camera Talk. And what are we looking at this week, buddy? Something designed quite a long time ago, back when Daddy was about your age. Aww. Actually, yeah, pretty much almost exactly Daddy was your age when this lens was designed. Now, it wasn't produced for 4 years later, but it was designed when I was 3 years old. Huh? So, what are we talking about? Well, just as the intro says, yes, those are lovely binoculars you have there, mister. Showing off your high level of intelligence for a kid who just a couple weeks ago turned 3 years old. So, anyway, we're looking at a Lights, as it was known as back then. And today is known as Leica. Well, it was an Elmerit, 28mm 2.8. And have in my possession the version 2. That's right, not version 1, version 2.
That's what she said.
Now the version 2 is has its fan base, but for those who are obviously looking for more modern look, modern sharpness, modern renditions, then you're probably going to be looking at something a little later after this one. Version 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. The aspherical version was the last one. But anyway, this version here, version 2, was, as I said, designed in 1968 in Midland, Ontario, Canada. By the world-renowned famous Dr. Walter Mandler, with his co-designers Mr. Edwards and Mr. Wagner in 1968. So it was replacing the first version, which was a 9-element in 8 group, or 7 groups. I forget now. I don't even have the first one, so who gives a crap what element optical formula it was. But this one was a redesigned version of that anyway.
Whatever.
And it was designed for the advent of the SLRs, that were coming out, and Leica produced its own SLR at the time. So this particular version was designed for that camera, and of course, everyone into photography who knows an SLR knows there's mirrors involved, right? The mirror has to lift in order to capture the image, and then it drops back down. But that swing messed with older lenses that could not be mounted on an SLR because they would hit the mirror. Or no, they don't hit the mirror. The mirror would hit it. Otherwise, what's the lens doing hitting mirrors? That's not very nice, is it?
A bad lens.
But anyway, so that's why this was the first retrofocused lens that was out there, and for Leica. And anyway, that's kind of the background of where this lens fits in the bigger picture of the Elmerit family. And the other thing it was designed for too was who was Leitz's biggest competitor at the time. Do you know who they were? It's a German company, just matching Leica or Leitz, was Carl Zeiss. So Mandler was tasked with designing something to compete with that, because of course, what happens with rivalries, they don't want one to outdo the other. So anyway, and this one also replaced Leica's other 28, which was a Sumeron that was produced in 1965. That's Daddy here, huh? 1965. Yeah, Daddy shares his birthday with Singapore and the Big Mac at McDonald's.
All beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, and a sesame seed bun.
Lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, lettuce, cheese, pickles, oh, what am I saying?
You deserve a break today at McDonald's.
And so on and so on. Anyway, so where does that bring us to? Well, the design, at the time, everybody wasn't worried about too much of, looking at landscape and corner-to-corner sharpness and all that. Everybody pretty much was looking at center sharpness. There was no, rule of thirds, thinking into photography at the time and everything else. So this lens is designed for center sharpness, so the corners are a little on the weak side. So again, if you're looking for corner-to-corner sharpness, it's version 3 and 4 and 5 after that, if that's what you're after. But if you're after a vintage lens with some nice vintage charm, can you be charming?
Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
No, you're not charming. You're a dull, stinky little boy, huh? Dull, stinky little boy. Well, this one's for you then. It's again, its renditions look like an older lens, and a lot of people like that kind of look in their photography, including me. I like that kind of thing too. Not everybody wants the clinical sharpness of today's lenses that are out there. I mean, our famous street photographer even said the same thing, that sharpness is overrated. Who cares? As long as you're capturing the moment, right? So, the decisive moment. Anyhow, it's built like a typical, Leica or Leitz build. It's brass, but it's got anodized aluminum covering it, so it's again built to last a lifetime, and it's nice, smooth focusing. The aperture, clicked apertures, like all the other Leica lenses out there. Now I've got a Leica to NEX adapter on there now, so I can put it on my A7R2 to get you a shot of the end of the lens plate from my Canon M50, which I use to record most of these camera talks, and I just try to focus in as best I can on the lettering on the nameplate, just to give you an idea of what that looks like from here. So I'm just short of 2 meters away, and so we'll do that in a second. But first, talk about the specs. So as I said, it's different than the first version, which was 9 elements. This one's 8 elements in 6 groups. Its close focus distance is the same as all Leica's rangefinders. not all, but majority, which are 70 centimeters. It has eight aperture blades and 300 grams. So again, it's definitely not a light lens, but you know, Leica lenses are not known for being light. You know, and again, brass is kind of heavy. So anyhow, you know, it's again a good character lens. It's definitely not super expensive either. You know, the first one, version 1, you know, it's quite collectible, $3,000-4,000 bucks. But this one you can get anywhere from 800 to 1,000 or just over 1,000 anyway for it. So it's as far as Leica goes, this is a bargain. Anything else? Anything else I'm forgetting? No, you got it all. All right, well that's it then. So, well, let's get you that shot I was talking about. Well, first let me get rid of my top core. I don't know if you hear. Everybody likes top cores, don't they? Woo! Top core is a wonderful lens, just like Leica. Just like Leica. All right, match the dots. Take it a swing, and let's get your head in position here, and let Daddy try to zoom in. Now, wait a second. Wide open, so we always shoot everything wide open. Now, before I do that, let me adjust my steady shot, because it's not a 50 millimeter, so let's put it on 28. There we go. And hopefully that'll help with my steady shot. Alright. Yeah, definitely not sharp wide open, that's for sure. Alright, I think. Hold on, just so I can just get a better. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Alright, sorry buddy, but back screen wasn't helping Daddy. Now f4 is kind of its sweet spot, as they say. It's ideal focal or ideal aperture. So let's get you a shot at f4. Let's see if it's any sharper. 1, 2, 3. All right. So that was f2.8 and f4. All right. So Dylan knows what's coming up now, doesn't he? So here's some. You want some shots of Dylan using this lens? And I actually took some shots with him on the M10 just to show you, Leica lens on a Leica camera. But also took some shots with the A7R II, and we'll see if there's any difference between a 24 megapixel and a 42 megapixel rendering, right? And obviously, Leica color versus Sony color science. See if there's any real difference between the two. So here's Dylan at 28 millimeter f2.8. You backfired and hit yourself in the head. Way to go, mister. All right, and here's Dylan at 28 millimeter f4. And how about some random stuff, right? We always need our random photographs of our rainbows and butterflies and bunny rabbits and other questionable material, street scenes, other children. That's right, there's other children other than Dylan. So here's our random stuff at f, 28 millimeter, f, whatever. So that's all the samples. That was all the details. It was all the mumbo jumbo. Daddy's opinion on things. To be honest with you, I don't use 28 a whole heck of a lot. My favorite wide is 35, which is not that wide, but it's still considered a wide angle. So I tend to shoot with my 35 Sumlux more than I do with the 28. I own a number of 28s, but again, rarely use them.
See, now that's some bullshit.
Because anyway, I tend to want to get in as close as I can to seeing my favorite little subject's face up close. So anyway, that was that. What else can we say, huh? You want to talk about our photo editing software? Get a little plug-in for them. So who do we use? No, wrong finger. This one. Who do we use? We use Luminar. Luminar AI and Luminar Neo. That's right. Luminar Neo is the latest, greatest version. Combination of Luminar 4 and Luminar AI. It's a kind of mosh pit of the two. And but it's all full of AI. And as you know, in this day and age, after ChatGPT came out, GPT, it is kind of taking over everything, right? So
this mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
hey, why not play along? You know, you're not going to win if you try to fight against it. So play along, and life will be much easier for you. But what does AI even stand for? Do you know? Do you know what AI is? Huh? No. You want to whisper that because you're embarrassed to say no in front of the crowd, aren't you? All your YouTube followers are like, I can't believe Dylan doesn't know what AI is by now. So take a guess. Anyway, what do you think AI stands for? 1, 2, 3. No. That's not what AI is, you rascal. Artificial intelligence. He's like, yeah, I know. Yeah. So artificial intelligence. It's got artificial intelligence with just about everything. Spot and dust removal, power line removal, background removal, masking AI, Dylan AI. Yeah, it's got all kinds of stuff. And one of the other great things about Luminar is it's economical, right? Daddy likes economical stuff. It doesn't like to spend a bunch of money, because that's what Mommy likes me to think. So I try to keep Mommy happy, because you know, if you don't make Mommy happy and you call her something like fat lady or something, this is what happens.
That woman, my ass!
So anyway, what else can we say? Well, how about we get everybody who's not supporting us yet to support our channel? And how do you get people to support our channel? Besides money, I know it's all about money. Well, how about you subscribe? That's right. Let's try this hand, buddy. Subscribe. 2 fingers. And my 2 fingers. Together, we shall subscribe. That's right. You're a good subscriber. What else does YouTube like besides subscribers? Do they like the thumbs up? Yeah, we like the thumbs up. Well, you like the thumbs up because you get to see the thumbs up girls.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
So, why don't we show you the thumbs up girls, right? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Do 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 do. Thumbs up. All right. Dylan's got quite a crush on them. Always asking for the thumbs up girls. You hear that? Plural. Thumbs up girls. So, other than that, what does Luminar do if we manage to talk everybody into getting a copy for themselves? Well, first off, how do they even subscribe? Well, not subscribing to us, but to Luminar. And it's not a subscription, but how do you buy a copy? Well, you go into the description and click on the link in the description, and it'll give you a $10 discount. So it's already cheap, and what's wrong with getting 10 bucks off, right? And Luminar takes that 10 bucks that you saved, and they give it to us, right? And what do you call that? What do you call that? You call that 1, 2, 3, kickback! Yeah, kickback. And if they send us the $10, what do you do with your $10? Do you save it up? You put it in the bank? No, you want to spend it all right away? Well, how are you ever going to get $1 million?
$1 million.
$1 million, huh? Yeah, well, you'll get your $1 million someday, and you'll share it with Daddy, right? You gonna share it with Daddy? No, I heard that whisper. You gonna share it with Mommy? No. You gonna share it with the thumbs up girls? Oh, you're gonna make the thumbs up girls give you money, aren't you? Well, that's smart. Good for you. That's what Daddy needs to start doing too. Figure a way to have Mommy give him her money. So anyway, I think that was about it, right? Well, who are we? Did we do a formal introduction yet? I'm Dr. Scott. You are Dylan.
I am your father.
And together we are all Modesty Photography. That's right. We're here to talk about tips and tricks about photography, introduce you to new lenses. Well, they're not new, but, vintage lenses, camera systems, other stuff about photography. Maybe stuff Dylan might come up with an idea someday. We'll talk about that.
I'm a fucking artist. I'm sensitive as shit.
How to clear your throat when we need to. Anyway, so why should everybody come on back next week, right? Because you belong here. That's right. You belong here. And where do they belong? What's the name of this show? Well, we are, you ready? This was Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and Dylan. It's not a humming session. You're supposed to say and Dylan.
Whatever.
So come on back next week. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thank you for supporting us in whatever way you can. Thank you for just being you. Is that all we can think about? All right, so we do one of these every Friday, and that's Friday Vietnam time, so mark your calendars. So that could be the day before, the day after, or the day of Friday, depending on where you are in the world and what time zone you're in, right?
Dimension of sight, a dimension of mind.
So I think that's about it. Anything else you want to tell anybody? No. All right. Well, let's say bye-bye then.
Bye.
All right, so bye-bye.
Bye.
Here I am in Vietnam.